Hi friends, I'm Dr. Vinay Kumar. Today I would like to tell you a story. And as usual, at the end of the story you are going to get a moral from that. We all love some of the animals. If I like dogs, my friend may like cats, and some others may be having some other pet animals. But one thing is sure, we all love to have some of the pets. Now today I'm going to tell a story about a king who was very fond of a cat. This particular king had a cat as his pet. He liked it very much. He started training the cat, and the cat started obeying the king, everything what he told. And very peculiar thing was that during the evening time, the cat walked in front of the king and having a candle on its head. The king placed a small plate-like thing on its head, on the cat's head, and kept the candle on that particular plate. And the cat walked in front of the king everywhere inside the palace. And that was something nice to watch actually. And the king was very proud of his possession, the pet, the cat. And all the ministers started praising that cat like anything else. Naturally, the king also liked to hear those things. Who doesn't like flattery? But there was one minister who always talked something negative about this cat. And the king always noted that one too. And one day he asked this minister, "Minister, you are the only person who is telling me not to trust this cat, not to have faith in this cat, don't believe this cat. What's the reason that you are telling me this? What's the idea behind that? You must be having solid reasons to tell me this." So the minister told, "No solid reason, Your Majesty. The only thing is, after all, it's a cat. Nowadays, we can't even trust human beings. And this is only a cat. How can we have the trust on him? And that's why simply I mentioned, a cat is a cat always." So the king did not take those words actually, because he loved his cat very much. And then the minister told, "Okay, Your Majesty, you don't take my words. And so one day I'm going to prove you what I meant." Telling that, the minister went from there. The next day, it was a meeting day. All the ministers had to meet the king. The king would meet the ministers at least once a week in the court. So the next day was that meeting day. What the minister did was, he went home, he searched and caught hold of a couple of rats, and he kept it inside a bag and tied it very nicely so that it doesn't escape. The next day when he came to the meeting, he brought this bag also. Evening was the meeting time. All the ministers are gathered there, and the king entered the meeting hall and everybody stood up. And as it happens every time, the cat was walking in front of the king with a lighted candle on its head. Majestic walk. The king was very proud as usual, proud of having a cat in front of him. So when the king was about to go to his seat, this minister untied his bag and let the rats out of its bag. He just let the rats out of the bag in front of the cat. And those couple of rats, 3 or 4 rats, started running helter-skelter. The cat, looking at the rats going this side and that side, couldn't control, is just kept looking at the rats, and with one jump started running after the rat. He chased one rat, he chased the other rat, he went this side, he went that side. And just because he was running very fast, the candle fell down and it fell on the carpet. and the carpet was on fire. Luckily, the ministers came and put off the fire. So nothing untoward happened at that time. But the cat kept chasing the rats. And after a few minutes, the cat managed to catch hold of one of the rats. It dragged the rat and looked at everybody else and dragged it outside the meeting hall. The king was a silent listener to all these incidents. And the minister, with a smile on his face, also was looking at all the happenings there. Other minister didn't know what to do, but the king understood. The king understood what the minister had been telling him about the cat. So the king called this minister and told, "See, minister, what you have been telling me, I realize now. Yes, a cat is a cat. Whatever happens, a cat is a cat. I agree now." The minister told very politely, "This is what I wanted to show you, Your Majesty. I'm sorry I brought the rats and I did this in front of you. I'm extremely sorry." But the king pardoned him because it was an eye-opener for the king not to have trust in the cat. A cat is after all a cat. This is the story, my dear friends. But don't take it just as a story. Think about the whole incident. Among human beings also, we can see the cats, the same cats as we saw in the story. Whatever happens, whatever they have the resolutions, whatever they decide to do in their life, sometimes, most of the time, they'll be just varying from their resolutions, going away from the resolutions. They will show their true color sometimes. Just like an alcoholic promising that he would never touch the liquor again. When he walks along the road, when he sees the alcohol shop, his legs automatically will move towards the alcohol shop. Our minds are like that. We decide something else, but to stick to that decision, it needs courage. Are we able to do that? We should be able to do that. Otherwise, we will become an ordinary cat. Nobody can trust us. Nobody will have faith on us. See, we can win any fight. We can win any war with anybody else. All that cannot be regarded as great victory. The greatest victory is winning the war against our own mind. That is the greatest victory. If one can control his or her mind, he or she is the winner and can achieve anything else. All the very best of luck to you. See you again in next video. Until then, bye. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you again in my next video. Take care. God bless you.